Konnichiwa! Hello everyone, welcome back to my vlog. I'm Shofira Nurrahma Arrozaqi from Al-Quran Science and Interpretation IAIN Salatiga, and I'm part of Talent Cutting 2022. So today we are going to talk about Japan Make Scholarship. Do you know about Make Scholarship? Okay, I will explain you about it. What is mixed scholarship, how to get it, what is the benefit, and etc. Let's get started. I don't know about mixed scholarship. What is it? Can you explain to me? We have arrived at our destination, guys, in Japan, and now we are at a Japanese university. Okay, the first we are talking about Make Scholarship or Membuka Gakuso, Japan Government Scholarship. Currently, thousands of Indonesian students are continuing their education in Japan. Of this, most of them are those who receive scholarship both from the Japanese government agencies and other companies. Japanese government scholarships that are well known by the Indonesian people are scholarships from the Japanese Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology Membuka Gakuso or MEX. This scholarship covers the cost of study and living expenses without official ties. The Japanese Embassy in Indonesia and its consulates in Surabaya, Medan, Denpasar, and Makassar annually carry out registration and selection for applicants for the Membuka Gakuso scholarship. The program offered to Indonesian students are the research student program for university graduate, undergraduate, college of technology and professional training college for high school graduate, and Japanese studies from student of Japanese study program and teacher training for teachers. Japanese studies program research student track university recommendation. The Ministry of Education, Culture, Sport, Science and Technology Membuka Gakuso or MEX offers scholarship for those who wish to study at postgraduate university in Japan as research student. Applicants can also directly take the Starter 2 or Starter 3 level without the research student path first if they have obtained permission from the supervising professor at a university in Japan. Basically, there are two ways to apply for the Membuka Gakuso scholarship for the research student program, namely the embassy recommendation route and the university recommendation route. The embassy recommendation route is route in which the registration process and the entrance selection process are carried out by the Japanese embassy, while the university recommendation route is a route in which the selection process and registration procedure are carried out by university in Japan without going through the Japanese embassy. Okay, the next we are talking about facility, admission procedure and requirement. The facility are full tuition fees, return flight ticket in Japan, free student visa processing fees. Some universities provide dormitories for universities that do not provide dormitories. The university can help find housing if needed. Fees are paid from the living allowance profit. No official ties The admission procedure are to apply for a scholarship with a university recommendation route. You must contact your destination university directly without going through the Japan embassy. The trick is you can try asking the International Affairs Department at each university to find out if your destination university can accept the scholarship applicants through this route. You can also try asking the foreign cooperation office at your campus about this scholarship, because usually some Japanese universities require applicants for this scholarship to come from institutions that work with their universities, either as students, alumni, employees. The following are general requirements for applying for the Membuka Khusus scholarship with the university recommendation pathway. The requirement might vary from university to university. Maximum age 34 years on April in the year of departure. Strata 1 or Strata 2 graduate choose a field of study that is in the same field of study as the field of study at the professional education level. Preferably, the GPA at the end of the professional education level is at least 3 or 2. A check or certificate of proficiency in English or Japanese. I take a research plan, research proposal. A check or the required files such as diplomas, transcript, letter of recommendation, etc. Depending on the request of the destination university, have a letter of acceptance from a professor. The destination university physically and mentally healthy, willing to learn Japan for those who have not mastered Japanese. Okay, the next we are talking about program undergraduate or Gakubu Max Scholarship 2022. The Japanese Government Ministry of Education, Culture, Sport, Science and Technology membuka Gakuso or Max offer scholarship for high school, vocational, high school graduate and the equivalent to continue their undergraduate education at public universities in Japan. Prior to attending university, scholarship recipients will study Japanese, mathematics, English, and social sciences. For those who choose the social studies field of study, and physics, chemistry, biology for those who choose the science field in a preparatory school for 1 year, and university Japan, the total study period is 5 years. The condition: graduate from formal high school or vocational school and equivalent. Maximum age of 24 years on April 2022. Knowledge value in semester 5 and 4. A minimum of 84 for each subject in each semester. Mathematics is mandatory and English language is mandatory. For applicants who choose the field of study in the science category, they cannot register if the effort value and the subject mentioned is less than 84, even though they have a GLPT certificate. For participants who choose the field of study in the social science category, if one of the subject values mentioned is less than 84, they can still register by attaching certificates. Japanese language proficient test minimal level in 3, G test minimal level D until E, NET test minimal level 3. For applicants who have EU scores in any subject will be an additional point. For applicants who have one of the following condition or situation, they cannot apply for this scholarship program. Selection of study field. Social Science E. Law, Politics, Pedagogy, Sociology, Literature, History, Japanese Language, Other. Social Science B. Economics, Business, Administration. Natural Science E. Science, Mathematics, Physics, Chemistry, Electric and Electronic Studies, Electronics, Electrical Engineering, Information Engineering, Mechanical Studies, Mechanical Engineering, Naval Architecture, Civil Engineering and Architecture, Civil Engineering, Architecture, Environmental Engineering, Chemical Study, Applied Chemistry, Chemical Engineering, Industrial Chemistry, Textile Engineering, Other Fields, Metallurgical Engineering, Mining Engineering, Maritime Engineering, Biotechnology. Natural Science B. Agricultural Studies, Agricultural Chemistry, Agricultural Engineering, Animal Science, Veterinary Medicine, Forestry, Food Science, Fisheries, Hygienic Studies, Pharmacy, Hygienics, Nursing, and Science, Biology. Natural Science C. Medicine and Dentistry. Applicants can choose a minimum of one and a maximum of 3 fields of study. The Natural Science C category has a high level of competitiveness regarding this field of study. All fields of study related to economics and business administration are classified as EPS B, not other. Applicants who choose others, there may be difficulty finding a university that can accept applicants. The registration procedure: only applicants who meet the requirement may apply. Applicants register online. After registering online, you will receive a confirmation email. Please print the email and please remember the test number you received. If within 5 minutes you do not receive a confirmation email, please check the all inbox or spam box in your email. If it is not in your inbox or spam box, please contact via email scholarship. Complete the required document. The list of documents can be seen in the description of required document. All documents that have been completed and arranged in the order they are put into one large envelope-free size. Please write the code GAKUBU 2022 along with the exam number on the top right of the envelope. Documents that have been sent to the Japanese embassy cannot be returned for any reason. The participant failure to read and understand this registration information is the full responsibility of the participant. The required document list: no document type, information amount, original photocopy, print out sheet of online registration confirmation, email printout containing the applicant's exam numbers, study the admission procedures, session point 2 and until 3. Applicant from 2022, the form by be typed handwritten. Please fill in English or Japanese. The application form can be downloaded from the following link. Applicant's photograph: formal, half body, plain background, free background color, taken the last 6 months. The photo must be passed on the box to take the photo profit on the registration form application from 2022. Passport must be original printed on photo paper, not the result of printing or photocopying on HVS paper or the like. Copy of academic transcript for all school years of last school attended, photocopy of transcript from the first semester to the final semester in Indonesian or English or Japanese, which have been legally or branded original by the school. For participants who graduate this year, if it is not possible to take transcript up to semester 6, they may only collect transcript for semester 1 until 5. The transcript format is free, or you can use the sample transcript format below. The format may be changed as needed. Copy of graduation certificate of last school attended, photocopy of diploma, temporary diploma, graduation certificate in Indonesian or English or Japanese, which contains the statement page and has been legally or stamped original by the school. For participants who graduate this year, if it is not possible to get a diploma or certificate of graduation, it can be replaced with a certificate of prediction of graduating from school free format, which includes plan or estimates of when the student will graduate. Recommendation letter from either principal or teacher of last school attended. The recommendation letter contains the application's personal information and is written in English or Japanese. It can be from the principal or teacher. The recommendation letter must be legally or stamped original by the school. Copy of certificate of language proficiency, photocopy of language proficiency certificate, GLPT, TOEFL, IELTS, twice, specifically for those who have only, not mandatory. Prediction certificate does not need to be attached. For TOEFL, twice only ATS edition are accepted. For IELTS, that can be accepted only the issue of the University of Cambridge, British Council, ADP, Education Australia only. Copy of GLPT, AU, GTS, NET test score result, photocopy of GLPT, EU, GTS, NET test scores, especially for those who have only, not mandatory. Essay and certificate of achievement essay, maximum 3 pages in English or Japanese, that tells about experiences about Japan, whether you have participated in Japanese festival event, have participated in Japanese student exchange program, Japanese cultural seminar, or anything related to experiences you have had about Japan. May also take a photo, especially for those who have only, not required. Photocopies of participation certificate award from those who have participated in the Olympic competition or other competition at the national or international level, especially for those who have only, not mandatory.